What's up, everybody? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com, part of the Medium Large Sports Network. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined today by Matthew Moreno. Happy New Year's Eve to all of those watching this the day that it is being posted. We have a little bit of an update, interestingly enough, on Roki Sasaki. His agent, Joel Wolfe, spoke to reporters yesterday, giving a little bit more information about where Sasaki is, what those initial meetings were like, and things such as that. Bill Plunkett, among others, sort of recorded some of the information on social media. And kind of the keys to me, Matt, were that Sasaki is currently in Japan, kind of mulling over all of the information that he's received. A lot of these teams, it seems, had been spending months preparing for this, according to Wolf. He wouldn't confirm how many teams met with him, but he did say there were no players present for the meeting. So we know Ohtani and Yamamoto were not part of the Dodgers pitch. A number of other things came up. What stood out to you most about the information that Wolf gave out to reporters?
I think probably that no players were present, and that was something I know you and I, when we did our live show, and there was some Sasaki news that had trickled out, and we were discussing that. And I said, I wonder if Ohtani and Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, if any of them were at this meeting that the Dodgers had that has been reported. I know Joel Wolfe didn't confirm it, but has come from enough reputable sources that we can safely assume that it is accurate that the Dodgers did have an in-person meeting with Sasaki recently. Before he made his way back to Japan, as Joel Wolfe has now relayed. And I think what's interesting about it is not only whether the Dodgers or any of these other teams that have reportedly met with Sasaki, current players present, but that it was at his request that no active players be part of that. So I think that's kind of interesting. And I'm not saying it like from a critical standpoint, just objectively speaking, I wonder what his thought process was with that. Could it be, maybe wanting to avoid the peer pressure type thing of these guys sitting in the room with him? I know Ohtani a couple months ago, I think it was now, he said he wasn't going to really try to persuade Sasaki or pressure him in any sort of way, and that he considered him a friend, and that whatever his decision ultimately was, that he would respect. So it's interesting to see that that is the case. I know that there was the caveat that some of these teams that had recorded videos and presentations that active players were, messages from them seemed to be included in that, which I think obviously is fine. So although, Ohtani wasn't there in person, did he do something like that? Or maybe not, given his comments. So was it Mookie? Was it Freddie Freeman? Was it, somebody along those lines doing that? But I thought, to me, that's what struck me as kind of the most interesting with the meetings aspect of it.
Yeah. Wolf also added another interesting piece, by the way, is that he does not expect Sasaki to sign right when the window opens on January 15th, that it'll be sometime between then and the deadline, which I believe is January 23rd. So it might be, anybody that was expecting an announcement prior to January 15th, it sounds like via the agent, that's unlikely, and that it might dip into the third or fourth week of January before he signs. But Matt, the thing that stood out to me most was kind of the quote that's probably gotten the most publicity. When he was asked Joel Wolfe was asked about why Sasaki decided to come to Major League Baseball now, not waiting a little while longer, signing a contract worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He said this, quote, "He's a guy that wants to be great. He's not coming here just to be rich. He wants to be the greatest ever." And to me, Matt, this signals one thing. And I've been the guy on here that has said, I don't think we really know anything. I think it's an echo chamber. I think everybody's making the same assumptions about him being a Dodger, yada, yada, yada. I don't know if the confidence is misplaced, etc. I hear this quote, Matt, and I think Roki Sasaki is going to be a Dodger, because you cannot, with a straight face, Matt, even via your agent, tell me that you want to be great, that you want to be one of the greatest ever, that it's not about the money. You cannot say that and then go sign with the Padres, go sign with the San Francisco Giants. If you would like to be great, if you'd like to be one of the greatest ever, and you genuinely mean it, and you are an intelligent person, which I assume Joel Wolfe and Roki Sasaki are, you have to sign with the Dodgers. You can't say things like that and then not be a Dodger. So, Matt, I come away from this more convinced than ever that Roki Sasaki is going to be a Dodger. Am I crazy?
Not crazy. I don't know how much these new details and quotes from Joel Wolfe sway it for me, but I think, and I know that you have also been in the camp of thinking Sasaki is going to sign with the Dodgers. I remember,
right,
what are we at? Maybe a month ago now, 3 weeks ago, you put on a tinfoil hat, metaphorically, with Anthony during one of the live shows. It was actually, it was during the winter meetings when Joel Wolfe, the last time he kind of publicly addressed everything, and you said, "Hey, read between the lines. This is what's going on." I think there could be more of that still happening. Look, the Dodgers, like I forgot, I think maybe it was Dexter Fowler, or MLB Network, or the MLB account. Somebody put out something recently on Twitter explaining why the Dodgers are the best option for Sasaki, and he basically cited their pitching development and their
Right.
resources. That is true. Like there is a reason that the Dodgers kind of have the reputation that they do and the success that they have now. Not every pitcher it hasn't worked for everybody, but there have been enough times where they have helped a pitcher take that step forward, or
Yep.
completely rehabilitated him, and if he was completely struggling and found new life with the Dodgers. Sasaki obviously has otherworldly talent and potential already, and so if you take that, you mix it with some of the stuff that the Dodgers have at their disposal, whether it's just an expansive front office and pitching coaches and or data and tracking instruments and all that. Like, yes, to your point, like they are the team, the franchise that can get him to being one of the greatest ever, because you need all that stuff. And then another component that you need is to win.
Yep.
And the Dodgers, yes, they don't win a World Series every year, despite I know we just recorded a video on quote unquote buying a World Series championship. Like you can't do that, but they are competing for a World Series year in and year out. That doesn't appear to be ending anytime soon. And so you layer all that together. There have to be more pros than cons for Sasaki to come to LA.
Yeah, and look, if you want to lose in the NLDS, there's another place just down the road. If you want to finish fourth in the division, you could head north a little bit and find a place on the West Coast there. But if you want to be great and you want to be the greatest ever, then you need to be playing on the biggest stage, and you need to be successful, and you need to be on teams that win. And we can pretend like that's not the case, but to be one of the greatest ever, you have to do that. And the guys who have gone to the biggest stage and performed and succeeded are the guys that will go down as the greatest ever. And so if this is true, if the reason he passed up hundreds of millions of dollars is because he wants to be great, he wants to be developed, he wants to become one of the greatest ever, it has to be with the Dodgers. No other team would make a ton of sense. I mean, look, you could talk me into the Yankees or the Mets or some of these teams that at least are spending and competitive, and Juan Soto with the Mets, and the Yankees obviously making it to the World Series with Aaron Judge last year. Sure. But if you're connecting this to, he wants to be on the West Coast reports and that kind of a thing, then if he truly does want to be on the West Coast, maybe I'll summarize it this way. This quote is great news for the Dodgers, because there is no team on the West Coast that presents him with the chance to be great and the greatest ever, quite like the Dodgers. So let us know what you all think in the comments below. Again, Joel Wolfe speaking to reporters, the agent for Roki Sasaki, saying A, that he's not going to be signing before or on January 15th, that it might take a few extra days, that he is currently in Japan talking to friends and family, kind of narrowing down the list. And beyond that, we don't know. We don't know what the next steps are. If it's going to be visits to different cities, if there are going to be players involved next time around, that's all information that remains to be seen. So make sure you're following DodgerBlue.com, DodgerBlue1958 on social media, because we'll have that information for you as soon as it is available. That is Matthew Moreno. I am Jeff Spiegel, folks. Enjoy New Year's Eve. Have a great celebration tonight, and be back tomorrow. We got a fun video that's going to be coming tomorrow, sharing some of our New Year's resolutions as Dodger fans. That'll be right here on the Dodger Blue YouTube page. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. And as always, go Dodgers.